Remember this?
Sisazowakha izindlu ezilingana no-1 million. 1 million yezindlu zizowakhiwa lezo zindlu lapha Alexandra mamelana. Lapha Alexandra sisazobhekisisa kahle indaba yomhlaba. Sisazobhekisisa kahle indaba yomhlaba. So
essentially what he did there, and he repeats it, he says we're going to build 1 million houses here in Alexandra. Here in Alexandra. He repeats it. So there's no question of him being misunderstood or people in Alexandra reading too much in what he said. He promised them 1 million houses. He even goes as far as saying we're going to look at the land question. Obviously, the idea then being where those houses in Alexandra would be built. But the promise was made and it was clear. Well, yesterday, of course, the president responding to oral questions in the National Assembly and the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, reminding him of that promise and saying, well, where are the houses?
President, it is leadership to admit when you have made a mistake. You can't come here and say you never promised the people of Alexandra 1 million houses. You said so. You said you are going to build 1 million houses for the people of Alexandra. And knowing you being a legally trained person, like you said, you are not an illiterate who just speaks without knowing what he's speaking about. And being a president, before you take a stage, your back office would have given you the necessary information which is relevant to this place where you are. So it is important that today you admit that you made a mistake because those people are dying. Some of them stayed at Stretla, and as a result, that land is not for human settlement. And when you created that impression, a lot of expectation was made.
Julius Malema, in a very firm but respectful tone, saying, dude, you made a mistake. Part of what leadership requires of you is to admit when you didn't get it right.
In addressing precisely the point that you are making, we took care to go back to that recording and listened to it. And had a number of people in my office listening to it and interpreting it because ke boletse ka Sepedi. And to the extent, Honorable Malema, that it created this impression that I said 1 million houses for Alexandra, which objectively would not be possible anyway, because we just don't have the land there to build the 1 million houses. And to the extent that it created that impression, yes, I will say, I apologize for having made people believe that I meant for Alexandra. What I really meant was, yes, we would want to build 1 million houses for the whole country.
For the whole country. It wasn't just for Alexandra, he says. And he says, well, the thing is, I said it in Sepedi. Except, of course, I played you that clip, right? And he was speaking in isiZulu. Saying Lapa, which means here. Lapa means here.
Oh.
How good are you when you are corrected? Do you obfuscate? Do you spin it? Do you say, I'm sorry if I created the impression? When that's exactly what you said?
Taken out of context.
It was out of context?
Yeah.
How good are you with correction? It's 6:15.